welcome back to my channel, All Things Jessica Marie. For those who know me, I am Jessica Marie, and for everyone who has been here with me on my now 5-week journey of YouTube with my 5th video here today, knows that things are looking a little bit different as this opening. Not to get into too much detail, just to respect our family's privacy and our children, but we have been in yet another shakeup of a week just to keep throwing curveballs. April is not turning out to be our month, but you know what? That is okay, because all in this video, I just wanted to go over how to align yourself when things aren't going your way. A few key tips that I've been trying to implement and make sure that I focus on so that I can keep healthy in all states of my mind and my physical body, also my emotion. Anyway, so yeah, I thought I would kind of chit chat about that while we get ready for my dad's wedding. In this video, I just thought I would do kind of like a voiceover and talk also about how to align yourself for a big event coming up. I know so many of us put so much emphasis on a due date with a goal, which is fine because you always want to have something to be working towards, but talking about the realities and how to healthily attain the goal and how to keep healthy throughout the process of attaining that goal. So many of us, me included, so many times will put a date, like for example, a big event, right? Like obviously I wanted to be a certain amount of weight for our wedding back in October. I didn't put a weight goal on my dad's wedding, but you do always want to feel your best, obviously, especially when you're around people that you haven't seen in a while, or you know, you're going to be taking photos with the people that you love being around and family and your friends, like all that good stuff. So you want to look good and feel good, and like not trying to say that that's a bad thing at all, because that's reality. I feel like all of us in some way, shape, or form do that, and that is a great thing because having that deadline keeps us accountable for our goals. But I'm more so talking about not sabotaging yourself just to get to that goal weight or fit in a certain outfit or whatever have you. Look good, feel good in every single moment of every single day to the best of your ability. That's what we're going over. And I think it just fits so well with being completely thrown off of a schedule and plans and all that good stuff that I've had like throughout this cut so far. It has just been, like I said, like April has been a really, really tough month for us, especially for myself. It's just a world of things, right? Like our daughter's health is what we're currently dealing with, my own health with my migraine, and just like a whole bunch of symptoms going on with my hormonal changes and whatnot around, like I would like to do a full video of my experience on my copper IUD, but like around all of that. And then on top of that, I think I said this in the last video actually, Ulysses has gone back to work, so my fitness schedule has really shifted, so has his, and trying to figure out, okay, when can we both work? Yeah, like there's a bunch of things that is life going on, and on top of that, the weather, it's been going up and down, which I think is really affecting quite a few other people. Like I know Ulysses and his eczema, me and my migraines, other people that may have similar things as well. Just like there's a whole bunch of things happening, and I feel like we've all been really put through the ringer the past couple of years now, that I think when we see a good day, we just think, oh, finally things are gonna turn around. And I think we just kind of put all of our eggs in one basket. Not that that's a bad thing, because I really think it's nice that we're still so hopeful of these things, but it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to have a slower day. It's okay to just keep trucking along. That is life. So what are the foundations to being able to pick up and just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and your family, so that you can have that baseline of success and health versus striving for all these extra things that really at the end of the day, do they really matter? Sitting with yourself and thinking about all of that. Anywho, let's talk tips, and let's talk why not to sabotage yourself in preparation for those big events as I get ready. Okay guys, so we're trying this voiceover situation, and we're gonna go over my 3 key tips that I've kind of come up with and refer to often for myself. I've kind of always come back to this, which makes me feel like this is exactly what will regulate me and gives me this space foundation on a good day, all through being able to only kind of have it on a bad day. We're gonna go over all of this and chat while I'm doing my DIY every everything on my preparation for my dad's wedding. So hair done, nails done, everything did in this video. I'm gonna be looking real freaking cute for you. Thought you'd enjoy it. The most raw and real, both the actual video and then now as the whole situation, like I explained, presented itself this week. We're just really raw here. All right, so getting into our 3 key tips, nothing too crazy, just to focus on regulating your foundation, having something set in stone. So tip number 1 would be setting happy habits. Sitting with yourself on a good day and figuring out what made that day so good is really going to help you align the foundation for yourself to set these habits that you can utilize when a difficult day presents itself. It's almost like it's a second nature habit. So you'll just be able to go and do these foundational habits that you've got set for yourself and rely on the fact that even just those simple things being done in a day are almost like checkpoints to ensuring that you're consuming all of the nutrients that you're supposed to, hydrating yourself. If you love to read or if you love to walk, whatever it is, just like to ground yourself and make yourself feel like you've done the baseline productive work, or something to just stop and latch onto again if you're having a difficult time in your day or a difficult day or week or whatever have you in general. Just being able to then lay your head down at night and know that you've been productive and done well for yourself and your wellness for your body and your mind. For me, it's simple as drinking my cup of coffee in the morning. I absolutely love my protein coffee and my bagel. It makes me feel good because it's nourishing my body and it tastes amazing. I look forward to it and know that I've set my body up with some energy to tackle whatever is going on. Tip number 2 would be to plan easy and on-the-go fuel. A successful and healthy day is always pulling from your fuel tank. So we want to make sure that it's filled with nourishing foods so that both our mind and our body are at ease. For me, just knowing a protein bar is in my pocket ensures that I'm able to stay on track nutritionally and keep my body going without it being too heavy on my stomach. But just in those difficult moments of being out and about or somewhere that potentially doesn't have as nourishing options, or maybe you don't want to be spending money and you're really like trying to keep your financial goals in check as well as your wellness goals. So for me, having those things planned and in my pocket ahead of time just ensures that my mind doesn't even have to go down the road of what am I going to eat? What time is it? When I'm going to eat? Oh, I'm starting to get hungry. As soon as that hunger cue sets in, or that I know, okay, like this is the time that I have to eat, maybe I should do that before I'm getting busier. Those things being so easy help me to continue on with my day without even thinking about that, and just again mentally knowing that I've done the appropriate and necessary things for my mind and my body to continue going on with whatever I'm doing that day. I forgot to get gloves. Like, I cannot not do these with gloves. I know it's just a toner, but any other day I would, but since I'm gonna have to paint my already disgusting nails a light color especially, I'm gonna have to go get some gloves. So, one second. Okay, we can resume. Tip number 3 would be deep breaths and awareness. Guys, this for me is huge. I've always considered myself to be pretty aware, but the next step of attack was attaching a coping mechanism or an action to some of those negative thoughts that would come into my mind. Any of those negatives that were making me feel overwhelmed or feel the tightness in my chest. I know I now need to stop and just sit with my breaths, kind of get out of my mind and more into my body, and understand that all is going to be okay if I just ground myself, get myself back down to that neutral level so that I can have a calmer body that will then allow me to have more of a calm mindset. Because the reality is things are out of our control. That's just point blank the reality. That is why we have better days, some more challenging days, and through those challenging moments, if we can just know that controlling ourselves by doing what's best for us, it's not going to be helpful to whatever the situation is if we're getting all uptight and creating more difficult situations around the initial thing that has spun us into this frenzy. So taking those deep breaths, taking a moment and just inserting positive thoughts, taking those deep breaths and aligning ourselves back to that grounding level is so helpful. Let me also insert negative thoughts in here, as those need to be called out of your mind and replaced with the positive thoughts. For me, I can't explain the pride that I have found in myself for something I never thought to be a big deal. Yester me would have focused on not being at the gym or felt like I lost out on a day or on a week or however long. But instead, I am now realizing the real progress has been right in front of me all along. It doesn't need to be a time or a place. It presents itself whenever it sees fit by thinking negatively, which then allows me to channel my awareness and correct it with a positive. Remember that life is the long game and every little step counts. Now this is an updo if I've ever seen one myself. Okay, I'm going to wash my gloves, and as this processes, I wanted to wax my arms. I also need to wax my legs, probably not gonna do that on camera. And then rinse this all out, blow it out, do my polish on my nails. I already have pink on my toes, so I thought that that would just make sense to put the same color on my fingernails. I forgot that I also wanted to just like lightly laminate my brows. I just have like a natural RBF. I do anyway, even if I laminate my brows. I just feel like they're just too far down. They just really droop, and so I just try to push them up just a smidge. At least I feel like I'm doing something about them, you know? Makes me feel good about it. So gonna do a little bit of that. This all leads me into aligning yourself for a big event. Sure, we all want to look good and feel good, but at what cost, you guys? Have you ever not eaten all day thinking that will ensure you look your best and then you can save all of your nutrients for the big dinner, drinks, and dessert? I know I personally have, and I also know and realize how much more counterproductive that is. As I said earlier, it's great to set a goal date to hold us accountable, but what if we dedicated ourselves to creating an enjoyable and sustainable lifestyle where we can enjoy the whole journey instead? That means finding the things that you enjoy, you guys, both eating and moving your body, not completely hating the time in between creating that goal and achieving it. One good meal won't make you healthy, and one bad meal won't make you unhealthy. That means you've put in the work, and now the time is here. Get dressed up, take the pics, and eat the damn cake. And remember, positive thoughts always. When you see yourself in the mirror after that outfit is on, all you should be thinking is how awesome you look and how much fun you're going to be having. When all is over, you lay your head down on your pillow for the night. Find ease in the fact that you'll be waking up, walking into your kitchen to brew your protein coffee, and enjoying your bagel over recapping the memories made from tonight. That was your one-off day that was thoroughly enjoyed, and now we're back into our day in and day out routine, enjoying the little things like a sip of coffee and a stroll in the sunshine. It honestly does not need to be made out to be any harder than that. I know for myself that I've gone on search engines like YouTube or Google in the time of need, just kind of searching and frantically trying to find anything that's going to be a quick fix. But the reality is, if you already have these things in place, the quick fix is actually just referring to these 3 simple things. Knowing and having the confidence in the fact that you have happy habits aligned for you, knowing that any negative thought in your mind you're going to have to address or you're going to have to be aware of, and just take the time once you become aware of that negative spin to just take your deep breaths, start inserting your positive thoughts, and just breathing, coming back into it, and knowing that your quick fix to at least the problem of feeling out of control is the fact that you just regained your control by having a different reaction than what your normal reaction may have been in the past. Really hold value to that, you guys, because honestly, no No one is going to understand the leaps and bounds that you've taken better than yourself. It shouldn't be anything other than how you feel and how well you feel, because we all know that you can look great and still feel like crap. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get across here, is that I think the bigger picture, once you've been down so many different avenues, as I personally feel that I have in my lifetime, it's just good to feel in control of feeling well and feeling good and finding the little moments that make you proud and happy and excited and all of the positives, taking the negatives and just beating them with the positives, letting your mind go and just being so proud of who you are continuously showing up for, putting one foot in front of the other and entering into this constant evolution of self. It's a constant evolution regardless. You're making the choice if it's going to be a constant evolution for the good or for the worse of yourself. Because again, at the end of the day, we have our loved ones, we have our support system, but the reality is we are the ones who sit with every single thought and feeling in our own bodies. So we are here for ourselves. Be here to cheer yourself on. Be here to continuously know that you're doing and making the right choices for not only your physical, but your mental and your emotional well-being. It's huge. They're all interconnected.
They're not a huge bout of difference, which I like, because I like that they don't, it's not like a huge statement on my face. It just kind of like enhances the natural.
It can be very overwhelming at times, but again, something so simple of having these foundations in place and correcting and guiding our mindset back to the drawing board of, I've got my things together here. I have my foundations in place, and I have those foundations are nourishing me to give me everything that I need to continue on my baseline. And then I can actually dive deeper into whatever is at hand at that moment and know that I'm bringing my best foot forward, or at least my constant foot forward to be able to take on the next thing. I have been chatting a lot. I'm gonna quickly close this video out this round because we've got Little Miss waiting for me to cuddle her. We've got Maleficent, Mistress of Evil on in the background, and I'm finally consuming some actual food today other than just a protein supplement, which feels so good. That's my cue. I'll see you all here in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe.